Welcome to the deep dive. You send us the information, we sort through it, and basically pull out the key stuff so you can get informed fast.
Exactly. Less fuss, more insight.
And today, wow, we are diving into Google I/O 2025. It was just a flood of AI news, right? You sent us so much material.
It really was. It feels like they're, really accelerating things on the AI front. It's hard to keep up almost.
Totally. And the sheer number of announcements, over a dozen new models since the last I/O.
Yeah, and something like 20 major AI product updates, too. It's quite the pace.
So today we're going to try and get a handle on it all. We'll
Yeah,
focus particularly on the big creative tools, VO3 for video and Imagen 4 for images. They seem like real game changers.
definitely. They stood out. We should probably start with a quick overview of the main AI themes from I/O, then really dig into VO and Imagen, and maybe touch on what this all means for the future.
Sounds like a plan. Okay, Google I/O 2025, AI everywhere. What was the big picture takeaway for you?
Well, beyond just the new models, it felt like a lot of emphasis was on um, performance improvements and integration, like how Gemini Pro and now 2.5 Pro are topping leaderboards.
Right, the LM Arena leaderboard stuff shows they're making real progress in like reasoning and understanding.
Exactly. And it wasn't just software. They also announced new hardware, didn't they?
Uh-huh, the new TPU, Ironwood.
Right, Ironwood. Supposedly a tenfold performance jump, which, you need that kind of power to train and run these massive models.
Makes sense. It's not just about having the AI, but making it work fast and efficiently.
Precisely. And that feeds into the integration point. They kept highlighting how many people are actually using this stuff now.
Yeah, like the Gemini app figures, hundreds of millions of users, and AI overviews in search reaching over 1 billion.
Exactly. So it's moving from sort of experimental tech to being deeply embedded in the products people use every day.
So the overall goal seems to be build powerful AI, yes, but also get it into users' hands through the Google ecosystem.
I think that sums it up perfectly. Democratizing it, making it useful.
Okay, let's zoom in then. VO3, the new video model. This sounded pretty wild.
It really does. I mean, state-of-the-art video generation, sure, but the key breakthrough, I think, is the native audio.
Native audio, so it doesn't just make the pictures, it makes the sounds too.
Yeah, sound effects, background noise, even dialogue synced to the video. That's a huge leap. It's creating a whole scene, not just visuals.
Wow. AI-generated dialogue, that's nuts.
Well,
I saw their main I/O launch video was made using it.
it was, and it looked, well, incredibly polished. The examples they showed were pretty compelling, too.
Like the bouncing ball.
Yeah, the ball with the generated impact sounds, or the talking animals and the owl and the badger, with dialogue matching their lip movements.
Okay, that is blurring the lines.
It is. And cinematic scenes, too, like that ocean scene with the waves crashing and dialogue, of course, the demos always look good. We need to see how well it handles really nuanced stuff, complex emotions and dialogue.
True. What about the technical side, like length and quality?
They set up to 1080p resolution, which is great, and videos longer than 30 seconds. Plus, camera controls zoom, pan, tracking. Gives creators more flexibility.
And you don't just feed it text, right? It can use images or other videos.
Correct. Text, image, or video prompts. And importantly, they stress the consistency across frames. You don't get that weird flickering or things changing randomly mid-shot, hopefully.
The potential uses seem massive. Filmmaking, obviously.
Oh, yeah. Storyboarding, previs, maybe even final shots for some things. But also marketing, education, gaming, generating environments, or character previews fast.
How does it get that realism? You mentioned understanding physics.
It's complex, involves diffusion models for the visuals, transformers for understanding the prompt and flow, and something they call dynamic keyframe synthesis for motion. Basically, it's trained to understand how things move and interact in the real world.
So how does it stack up against, other tools out there?
Yeah. Google positions it as being ahead, especially for longer videos, higher resolution, and that stylistic control. Things like frame interpolation for smooth motion and in-painting editing within the video make it seem pretty powerful.
And if someone wants to try it, where do they go?
Right now, it's rolling out to Ultra subscribers in the US via the Gemini app. And for bigger companies, it's on Vertex AI.
Got it. Okay, so that's video covered with VO3. Let's shift to images. Imagen 4. Google's answer to, well, everyone else in image generation.
Pretty much. Imagen 4 is their latest and greatest for turning text into images. They're focusing on photorealism, but also illustrative styles, and crucially, better text rendering within the image.
The text thing. That's always been a bit wonky with AI images, hasn't it? Like weird garbled letters.
Exactly. Imagen 4 is supposed to be much better at generating clear, legible text like on signs or logos or in documents within the picture, plus generally higher fidelity, better hands and faces, which are also tricky areas.
So better text, better details. What else is new?
Well, specific modes for artistic versus photo styles,
Hmm.
and the core stuff, text to image obviously, but also in-painting, out-painting, style transfer. Pretty comprehensive toolkit.
What's powering it? Similar tech to VO.
It's based on a custom diffusion architecture, yeah. Trained on a massive data set, which helps it understand prompts better and nail things like typography and iconography more reliably than older models. Diffusion models, remember, kind of work by refining noise into an image based on the prompt.
Where will we actually see Imagen 4 being used?
They mentioned integration into workspace tools like Google Slides, which makes sense for quickly adding visuals. And it's in ImageFX, part of their AI test kitchen for experimentation.
Is it faster? Can it handle bigger images?
Yes, they said it's faster than Imagen 3. And they can generate high-res images up to 2K in different aspect ratios. They also claim it's better with really complex prompts, understanding artistic styles, and getting lighting and textures right.
Seems like a solid upgrade. How do people access this one?
Similar story. Through the Gemini app, also via Whisk and Vertex AI, and those workspace integrations.
Okay, so VO3 and Imagen 4 are clearly the headliners for creative AI. But there was a ton of other stuff announced too, right? Can we do a quick run through?
Absolutely. Let's see. Flow. That's the AI filmmaking tool using VO3 and Imagen 4. Basically lets you prompt entire scenes, storyboards, extend them, change things. Available for US Pro and Ultra subscribers.
An AI film director, almost. Cool. What else?
Lyria 2 for music generation.
Yeah.
They showed a composer using it, emphasizing ease of use even if you're not an AI expert. That's aimed at enterprises, YouTube creators, musicians.
Music is another huge area. And assistants. Any updates there?
Oh yeah, big focus on agents, Project Astra and Gemini Live. Think real-time multimodal AI that remembers context using audio, text, vision. Gemini Live gets Astra's camera screen sharing for really contextual help. That's rolling out free on Android and iOS.
Feels like we're getting closer to that truly conversational AI assistant.
We are. And tied to that is the new AI mode in Google Search. Powered by Gemini 2.5, lets you do deeper research, ask follow-ups, even get it to do things booking, shopping with virtual try-on, price tracking, rolling out in the US first.
Virtual try-on. I can see that being popular.
Definitely. Then there's agent mode in the Gemini app. This uses something called Project Mariner to actually perform tasks for you, like finding an apartment based on your criteria and scheduling tools. Experimental version coming for subscribers.
Project Mariner. Is that the underlying agent tech?
Seems to be. Project Mariner is the platform. They mentioned it handles multitasking up to 10 tasks and has a teach and repeat function for automating workflows, bringing these agent capabilities to Chrome, Search, and the Gemini app.
So much automation potential. Any hardware beyond the TPU.
Well, sort of. Google Beam. It's a new video communication platform using multiple cameras and AI to render a 3D video call on a light-field display. No headset needed. They're working with HP on early trials.
3D calls without glasses. Okay, the future is definitely arriving. What about the core models?
All right, the engines behind all this. Gemini 2.5 Pro and Flash. Pro has better reasoning, coding, long context handling topping the leaderboards, as we said. Flash is a faster, lighter version for low latency tasks.
And with all this generated content, how do we know it's real?
Good question. That's where SynthID comes in. It's their invisible watermark for AI content, video, image, text, audio. They've watermarked billions of items already and are rolling out a detector. Crucial for transparency.
Definitely need that. Anything specifically for developers?
Yep. Stitch, an AI tool that helps build apps from prompts generating code, designs, prototypes. Uses Gemini 2.5 Pro, publicly available. And Jules, an AI coding agent that can generate whole code bases, understand context, assist developers. That's in public beta globally.
An AI coding partner.
Wow.
Anything else jump out?
Lyria, real-time for interactive music creation, integrated with YouTube Shorts and Vertex AI. And Android XR, a new Android platform built specifically for XR headsets and glasses, with partners like Samsung and Warby Parker already signed up.
Phew. That is a lot. It really paints a picture of AI becoming woven into everything Google does.
So we had one source that looked specifically at the transformative benefits of tools like VO3 and Imagen. What did it suggest?
It really focused on the democratization aspect, how these tools could empower individuals and smaller teams. For instance, using VO3, you could potentially create short films without needing a huge budget or traditional gear. Huge for indie creators, students.
Lowers the barrier to entry for filmmaking, basically. What about design?
The source suggested that using Imagen, it mentioned Imagen 3 specifically, but the principle applies designers or entrepreneurs could rapidly prototype entire product lines, maybe in just a day. Think how fast you could visualize ideas for investors or clients.
That's a massive speed up for innovation and for pure creativity.
It talks about combining Gemini, Imagen, and VO to build entire fictional worlds. Characters, settings, stories brought to life through text, images, video, all generated by AI. Imagine a single person creating a complex story universe. So it's really about making powerful tools accessible, letting more people create, and speeding up innovation across the board.
Exactly. Breaking down barriers in creativity, design, research, you name it, making advanced tech available to many more people.
Well, this has certainly been an eye-opening dive into Google I/O 2025. The pace of change with VO3, Imagen 4, and this whole integrated AI ecosystem is just staggering. AI is clearly moving from idea to infrastructure.
It really is. The progress in video and image generation alone is remarkable, but seeing it woven into search, assistance, communication development, it signals a really fundamental shift.
So maybe the final thought for you listening is, how might these tools change the way you work, create, or even just consume media? Think about your own field, your own interests. Where could AI, video, and image generation make the biggest difference in the next few years?
It's definitely something to ponder. The possibilities seem vast, and we're likely just seeing the beginning. It'll be fascinating to watch these tools evolve and see what people actually do with them. We encourage you to keep an eye on them, maybe even try them out as they become available.